Apple has earnings coming up this week. And as you guys know, I have been long on Apple for the past couple of weeks. The main reason for this is back in April and into May, we saw price action pull into our institutional buy zone and then our smart money zone. This is normally going to be the lowest that institutions will allow a stock to pull back to when we have bullish structure. And the way that we knew bullish structure was still intact is if we look at this recent low from April 15th, price never broke it and never closed below it. So in most cases, when we make a higher low like this, they are going to enter within this range and allow the stock to push up to all-time highs or above recent highs. So we saw that bounce, we saw the BX trender start to show buying pressure entering, and from there we had price compressing for multiple weeks. Now, if we move into the daily chart, the one thing that you're going to notice is that we keep rejecting off of this resistance level between $210 to $215. Now, when we have a strong resistance like this and we're hitting the same exact level and rejecting multiple times, this is called a liquidity zone. Now, the reason these zones are so important is that people think traditionally that the more times we hit a resistance, the stronger the resistance is. And in most cases, that is not true. Normally, the more time we hit a resistance, the weaker the resistance becomes. And once we break through that resistance, the liquidity grab happens, the liquidity zone is broken, and we gap right up and go for a massive parabolic move. Now, the reason this happens and these resistance occurs is obviously not because there's some magical price resistance happening. It's because market makers and institutions are teaching retail what to do. If you're tired of second guessing your trades and want true clarity, we've built a free masterclass series that shows you how to use the BX Trender smart money zones step by step. You go ahead and watch it today, totally free, and over 20,000 traders have already taken this course. The link is in the description. Think of it like you're boxing or you're fighting, and every single time you throw your jab, you notice that your opponent is slipping their head out to the right. Well, you can set up your opposite hook by throwing that jab, waiting for them to telegraph their head off to the side, and then coming around and cracking them. It's the same way in this case. If market makers are letting people know, hey, here's the time to sell up here. Once we get into that liquidity zone, now that they're ready to sweep it, retail will start to sell, and then they'll push the stock all the way up into highs. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that this has to happen, but I am personally trading this setup because we have really good risk versus reward. Simply meaning when this was on our radar, it was around $200. The upside here is about 25%, downside is about 5%, which means that we have the potential to make 5 times what we could lose. The other thing I want you to notice is that every single time price pulls back from that liquidity zone, we are making a higher low. So the fact that every time we bounce, we're making a higher low is also an indication that we're normally going to break out to the upside. If we were making equal lows or lower lows, then that would not be a good sign. And the final 2 reasons why I'm still very bullish on this position is because the weekly BX trender, which shows buy-sell pressure, is still showing an increase. You can see week over week, buying pressure is entering into Apple. And more importantly, if we actually zoom out to the monthly, if this pops, we have a chance for this to close higher low. Right now, it's dark red. But after earnings, we could see this trading at 220 to 225. And the last time this happened, we saw price action rip nearly 36% in about a year. So I think there's a really good chance for Apple to rally. And if it doesn't work out, oh well. Once the weekly BX closes red, I'll walk away from my position. I'll move on. And as we all know, the whole point in my trading system is not to win every single trade. We only have a historical 58% win rate. And so trying to be right all the time is not the goal.